My child, you've been carrying questions in your heart that you haven't spoken out loud, questions that whisper to you when everything is quiet, questions that show up when you are alone with your thoughts. You've been wondering why his words sound sweet but his actions feel confusing, why his presence pulls you in but his inconsistencies push you back, why his promises come easily but his follow-through always arrives late, incomplete, or not at all. Deep down, you already sense something is off. You feel it in your spirit. You feel it in your intuition. You feel it in the strange silence between one message and the next. And today, God is stepping into that space of uncertainty to tell you that what you feel is real, that what has been troubling you is not your imagination, and that the sign you've been praying for is already on its way. Lies don't always arrive as spoken falsehoods. Sometimes they show up as emotional inconsistency. Sometimes they show up as delayed replies that hide something deeper. Sometimes they show up as excuses wrapped in tender words. Sometimes they show up as affection that only appears when it benefits him. And you, with your sensitive spirit and your caring heart, have been trying to make sense of it. You've been trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. You've convinced yourself that maybe he is busy, maybe he is stressed, maybe he is confused, maybe he just needs time. But there is a difference between someone who is genuinely struggling and someone who is intentionally keeping you in the dark. And God is telling you that He has been watching long before you even recognized the pattern. He saw the way your heart lifted at His promises. He saw the way your soul collapsed when those promises dissolved. He heard your silent prayers, the ones you whispered when you felt something wasn't right. You've been asking God to reveal the truth gently, but clearly. You've asked Him to show you something undeniable, something you cannot misinterpret, something that will free your heart from confusion. You've cried out for clarity, not because you want to walk away, but because you want to stop being played, misled, or emotionally manipulated. You want to know if He is sincere or if He is lying. You want to know if He is truly aligned with your future or if He is distracting you from the blessing God is preparing for you. And today, God is saying that He is about to expose everything. There is something He hasn't told you. There is something He is hiding behind vague words, half-truths, and selective honesty. There is a part of His life, His intentions, or His emotions that He has tried to keep from you. It might be fear. It might be another person. It might be a selfish habit. It might be a secret He doesn't want to confront. Whatever it is, it has created confusion for you. You've been sensing it even when He pretends everything is fine. You've been noticing the emotional gaps in conversations, the sudden shifts in energy, the little inconsistencies that don't match His words. Your spirit knows He isn't being fully transparent. And God is saying, you are not crazy. You are discerning, ****. God gave you spiritual sensitivity for a reason. You are not someone who gets fooled easily. You don't fall for words, you pay attention to actions. You don't cling to illusions, you look for truth. And because your heart is pure, you assume good intentions. But God is stepping in now because He sees that your heart is too precious to be mishandled by someone who doesn't value honesty at the level you do. God has been whispering warnings into your spirit through dreams, through sudden feelings, through unexpected discomfort. He has been showing you signs, small signs, subtle signs, gentle signs. The delay you felt was a sign. The emotional distance you sensed was a sign. The things that didn't add up were signs. The words that contradicted themselves were signs. The moments when you felt drained instead of uplifted were signs. And now, the sign you've been praying for, the one that leaves no doubt, the one that reveals the truth plainly, that sign is coming. This is not to hurt you. This is to protect you. God exposes deception not to break your heart but to prevent deeper pain. He reveals lies so you don't invest your spirit, your time, and your love into someone who is not aligned with your destiny. God is not trying to remove love from your life, He is trying to guide you toward the kind of love you deserve. And you deserve a love that is honest, loyal, reliable, and spiritually aligned. A love that doesn't leave you confused. A love that doesn't speak in half-truths. A love that doesn't make you question your worth. A love that doesn't demand you sacrifice your peace or clarity. The person you are dealing with knows how valuable you are. That is why he tries so hard to keep you close even when he is not prepared to give you the truth. He knows he could lose you if he tells you everything. He knows that once you understand the real story, you will make a decision that benefits your future, not his comfort. And that terrifies him. So he lies. Not always obvious lies, not always bold lies, but subtle lies, the kind that keep you hopeful enough to stay but uncertain enough to never feel secure. And God is saying, enough. Your heart has waited long enough for clarity. Your spirit has carried these questions long enough. God is about to pull back the curtain so you can finally see what has been hiding behind His charming words and carefully chosen explanations. The truth will not come to you in chaos or in fear. It will come in a way that brings deep peace, even if it brings initial disappointment. Because truth has a way of freeing you from emotional imprisonment. And you are about to be freed. God is saying that the sign will come through something obvious, no more subtle hints, no more vague impressions. You will see a message, an action, a revelation, or a moment that makes everything suddenly clear. It may be something He says without realizing its impact. It may be something someone else reveals unintentionally. It may be a situation that exposes what has been hidden. It may be behavior that contradicts His words. Whatever it is, it will leave no room for confusion. Your spirit will recognize it instantly. And when you see that sign, you won't feel panic, you will feel understanding. You won't feel overwhelmed, you will feel clarity. You won't feel fear, you will feel release. Because God is not bringing this sign to hurt you, but to answer your prayer, to guide your next step, to protect your heart, and to realign your life with His plan. The truth cannot destroy what is meant for you. It can only remove what is not. And God is removing the lies that have been clouding your vision. You have been loyal, patient, forgiving, and trusting. You have given Him the benefit of the doubt many times. You have overlooked inconsistencies, tried to understand His silence, and rationalized His behavior. But God is saying that your compassion should never become a doorway for someone to take advantage of your heart. Love is not blind, love is pure. And pure love requires truth, transparency, and sincerity. The pain you have been feeling is not because something is wrong with you. It is because someone has not been honest with you. And God is stepping in because He refuses to let you settle for less than what He has written for you. You are not meant to be confused. You are not meant to be misled. You are not meant to live in emotional uncertainty. You are meant for love that shines with truth. You are meant for a heart that chooses you without hesitation. You are meant for someone whose actions match their words every single day. God is also saying this: prepare yourself emotionally, because when the truth comes, you will have a decision to make. And you will make it with strength. You will make it with clarity. You will make it knowing that God stands with you. You will make it not from a place of hurt, but from a place of wisdom. You think you're not ready for the truth, but you are. You think it will break you, but it won't. In fact, it will heal you. Because nothing heals faster than seeing reality clearly. And God is promising that once this truth is revealed, He will lead you towards something far better, something stable, something honest, something blessed. Trust the process. Trust the sign. Trust the timing. God is not exposing this to punish you. He is exposing it because He loves you too much to let you be deceived any longer. The same God who is revealing the truth is also preparing your heart for what comes after the truth. You are entering a season of clarity, alignment, and emotional protection. The sign is coming. The truth is coming. And when it arrives, you will finally understand why God made you wait for this exact moment. You will not be confused anymore. You will not feel uncertain anymore. You will not cling to someone who isn't being honest with you. You will rise with clarity, strength, and a renewed sense of self-worth. And that is exactly what God has been preparing you for. There comes a moment in every journey when God decides that silence is no longer the lesson and revelation becomes the blessing. You are stepping into that moment now. For so long, you've been trying to give this person the benefit of the doubt. You kept hoping that maybe he would finally be honest, that he would finally open up, that he would finally give you the respect of truth. But every time you thought you were getting close to clarity, he pulled back, deflected, or changed the subject. That wasn't coincidence. That was avoidance. And deep inside, you felt the weight of it. You felt the shift. You felt the way conversations lost sincerity. You felt the way his behavior didn't match the affection he claimed to have. You felt the way he offered words without depth, promises without intention, and affection without commitment. God has been watching you hold on to something that wasn't holding you with the same strength. He saw your effort, your patience, your hope. He saw that you were willing to give this person space, time, and understanding. But there is a difference between giving someone grace and giving someone permission to confuse you. You tried to be supportive, but uncertainty drained you. You tried to be patient, but his inconsistency made you feel unvalued. You tried to stay positive, but your spirit kept feeling unsettled. And today, God is whispering to you that this restlessness in your heart is not a sign of impatience, it is a sign of spiritual truth. Your intuition has been speaking louder than his explanations. And that is because God Himself placed that intuition inside you to protect your heart from deception. You have ignored it before in past connections, and it only led to hurt. This time, God is guiding you more forcefully, not because He wants to scare you, but because He wants to save you from a cycle you do not need to repeat. You deserve truth without begging for it. You deserve honesty without chasing it. You deserve love without decoding it. God is preparing to show you something that will remove all doubt. This sign will not be something small or easy to dismiss. It will be something that shifts your perspective instantly. You may discover something He didn't want you to know. You may see a message that reveals His true intentions. You may witness behavior that contradicts everything He has told you. You may overhear a truth that exposes what He has been hiding. Whatever form it comes in, you will feel a deep, unmistakable confirmation in your spirit, the truth is finally here. And when that moment arrives, you will feel something powerful, relief. You may think you'll feel heartbreak, but the first thing your spirit will feel is release. The emotional confusion you've been living under will break. The heaviness on your chest will lift. The questions in your heart will quiet. Because truth has a way of healing you faster than lies ever could. Even painful truth will bring more peace than sweet lies. God wants you to know that this exposure is not to punish Him or to embarrass Him. This exposure is to free you. This exposure is to redirect you. This exposure is to realign you with something better, something truthful, something stable. The sign you're about to see is your turning point. It is the moment when everything you've been sensing becomes undeniable. You have been carrying more emotional weight than you realize. You've been trying to understand something that wasn't honest to begin with. You've been trying to interpret someone's mixed signals when they weren't genuine in the first place. And God is saying, you don't have to live like this. Not anymore, asterisk asterisk. Your heart is too pure for half-hearted love. Your spirit is too wise for deceptive connections. Your future is too blessed for someone who can't even tell the truth. You were never meant to settle for someone who hides, avoids, or misleads. You were meant for someone who shows up fully, who communicates openly, who chooses truth even when it's uncomfortable, who values transparency because they value you. There is something God is preparing behind the scenes that will come after this truth. When He removes someone from your life, He never leaves an empty space. He fills it with peace, with wisdom, with growth, and eventually with someone who is aligned with your destiny. But first, the lie must be exposed. First, the truth must surface. First, the illusion must fall. Only then can God place in front of you the blessing that has your name on it. You may feel like you are on the edge of something, and you are. You are on the edge of revelation. You are on the edge of clarity. You are on the edge of a spiritual breakthrough. What once confused you is about to make perfect sense. What once drained you is about to disappear from your life. What once made you question your worth is about to prove that you were always more valuable than He treated you. God wants you to prepare emotionally, not in fear, but in strength. The truth is coming not to break you, but to build you. Not to weaken you, but to awaken you. Not to hurt you, but to set you free. You will rise above this with a level of clarity you have never had before. And once you see the truth, you will never go back to accepting less than full honesty again. The sign you've been praying for is in motion. You asked God to show you clearly, and He will. You asked God to reveal the truth, and He will. You asked God to bring peace to your heart, and He will. There is a moment, right before God reveals the truth, when your spirit becomes unusually quiet. You may feel it even now, a stillness, a strange calm, as if something is shifting beneath the surface of your life. This is not anxiety. This is not fear. This is divine preparation. God quiets your spirit before He shows you what your eyes have been unable to see. He steadies your heart before He reveals what your mind has struggled to understand. And He strengthens your soul before He exposes what has been hidden in someone else's intentions. You have spent so long trying to read between the lines, trying to understand mixed messages, trying to decode vague explanations. You have asked God repeatedly, just show me the truth. Show me what I'm not seeing. Give me a sign I cannot miss. And heaven heard you the first time. The delay was not denial, it was alignment. God reveals truth at the moment you are strong enough to face it, wise enough to interpret it, and prepared enough to move forward without breaking. The truth that is coming will not destroy you, it will restore you. It will restore your clarity. It will restore your peace. It will restore your emotional power. You will finally feel like yourself again, lighter, stronger, wiser, more grounded. Nothing drains the soul quite like emotional dishonesty. You have been carrying that weight unknowingly, but God is lifting it off you now. He is preparing you for a release so deep that even your own heart will be shocked at how peaceful you feel afterward. This person has been playing a game with your emotions, intentionally or unintentionally, but a game nonetheless. He has been giving you just enough to keep you near but not enough to offer stability. And God is saying that He is about to remove the veil from your eyes. Once you see the truth clearly, you will never chase after confusion again. You will never accept half-love again. You will never beg for honesty again. You will realize that the real sign you needed was not Him changing, it was you awakening. God is not exposing this to shame Him. That's not God's way. God is exposing this because He sees your future, your purpose, and your calling. He sees the love that is meant to find you, real love, consistent love, transparent love. And He cannot allow lies to stand in the doorway of your blessing. So He is clearing the path. He is removing what cannot walk with you into your next season. He is letting the truth come out so you can rise into your next chapter without emotional chains. You will soon look back at this moment and realize that God didn't take anything away from you, He rescued you. He didn't expose the truth to hurt you, He exposed it to protect you. He didn't make someone fall away, He revealed that they were not standing with you to begin with. Every sign He sends is for your deliverance, not your destruction. And after this truth is revealed, something powerful will happen: peace. Not the temporary peace you tried to create on your own. Not the fragile peace that depended on His behavior. But God's peace, deep, unwavering, unshakable. The kind of peace that sits in your chest like a steady flame. The kind of peace that lets you sleep without replaying conversations in your mind. The kind of peace that reminds you that your heart is valuable, and your future is too precious to waste on someone who cannot be honest. You will also feel something else rising within you: discernment. stronger than before, sharper than before. From this experience, you will walk into future relationships with clearer boundaries, deeper wisdom, and a stronger sense of who deserves access to you. What once confused you will never confuse you again. What once hurt you will no longer have the power to touch you. What once drained you will now be beneath the standards God is raising for your life. And when God brings someone new into your world, someone who is honest, consistent, transparent, you will recognize it instantly. You will not have to guess, wonder, or question. Their intentions will be clear. Their behavior will match their words. Their heart will align with your spirit. And you will finally experience the kind of love that feels like truth, because it is truth. You won't be deceived again, because you learned to listen to God's voice above any man's excuses. This truth is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of your clarity. It is the beginning of your strength. It is the beginning of your emotional freedom. What God is removing is not a loss, it is a release. And what He brings next will show you exactly why He needed to free your heart right now. The sign you prayed for is coming, and when it arrives, you will feel the shift instantly. You will know, deep in your spirit, that this is the answer you've been waiting for. And from that moment on, you will walk with confidence, with wisdom, with peace, and with a heart that finally understands its worth. God is not delivering pain, He is delivering truth. God is not exposing him, He is elevating you. God is not ending something, He is beginning something new. Your heart is stepping into alignment. Your spirit is stepping into clarity. Your life is stepping into divine protection. And from today forward, truth will follow you, peace will surround you, and God will make sure you never settle for deception again.